Hello my dear students, welcome back to Sri Sai Adhan Online Tuitions. My name is P. Rajesh Ramarao, I am BSc B.Ed. This is continuation part of the topic Matter in Our Surroundings, Class 9 CBSE, and this part is D. Please do watch part A, B, C so that you can understand what we have discussed in the three videos and what we are discussing in this fourth video. You will know it soon. So now students, in this chapter, that is in this topic, we are going to discuss the new term called latent heat. What this latent heat it is. Now here we have studied about the change in temperature, how the temperature changes when you supply heat or you decrease the heat. Decreasing heat is by cooling it, right? When you are supplying heat, what will happen? Suppose I kept an object here and I am supplying heat to it. Immediately will all the particles be heated or will be heated? No, it will take some time. All the particles, particle by particle, it will absorb the heat. So when heat is given to a substance, its temperature increases. All the particles will absorb the heat and the temperature slowly increases. However, when heat is supplied to change the physical state of a substance, what you are doing? You are supplying heat. Why did you supply heat? To change the state of a substance. For the ice, if you are supplying heat, the ice solid state will convert itself into liquid state, right? At that point, my dear students, please note that there is no increase in temperature of the substance. I do repeat it once again. However, when heat is supplied to change the physical state of a substance, when heat is supplied to change the physical state of a substance, there is no increase in the temperature. There is no increase in the temperature of the substance. So, what do we call at that time? Thus, the heat energy which has to be supplied to change the state of substance. At the particular part, you require some heat. Why do we require heat? We need to change the state of the particular substance. So that energy is known as your, what type of energy it is? Heat energy. That heat energy is known as latent heat. The heat energy which has to be supplied to change the state of the substance is called its latent heat. Am I clear? Next, latent heat of fusion. Latent heat is related to two terms here, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. So what is the meaning of the two? We will discuss. Latent heat of fusion. What is this latent heat of fusion? The amount of heat energy that is required to change. Again, I require some heat energy. Why do I require heat energy, students? I need to change a solid into a liquid. But how much quantity? The quantity is 1 kilogram. That is the heat required to change 1 kilogram of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure. And at its melting point, the particle should melt to convert itself from solid to liquid. That amount of heat energy is known as latent heat of fusion. Solid to change, solid to liquid change is known as your latent heat of fusion. Done. Now, latent heat of vaporization. So here we require the amount of heat energy. Why do we require the amount of heat energy? We require the amount of heat energy to convert what? 1 kg of liquid. To convert 1 kg of liquid into gas without any rise in the temperature, then it is known as latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization means liquid to gas. The change of liquid to gas is known as how much of amount of heat energy you have used to convert 1 kg of liquid into gas without the rise in the temperature is known as latent heat of vaporization. So this is what happens when there is a rise in the temperature or fall in the temperature. Now what is the first point? That is change in temperature. So we have studied clearly if temperature increases or temperature decreases, these are the things, these are the changes takes place. Then point number 2 is change in pressure. So what happens in change in pressure? So effect of change of pressure. The physical state of a substance can also be changed. The physical state of a substance can also be changed. How, my dear students? By applying pressure. Take a balloon filled with air. If you apply pressure, the shape changes. A small example. It compresses. The physical state of a substance can also be changed by changing the pressure. An increase in pressure brings the particles closer. What will happen? If you are increasing the pressure, students, all the particles are getting close to each other. If they are getting close to each other, what happens? The force of attraction between the particles increases. The force of attraction between the particles increases and then brings the change in them. So the pressure exerted by the gas is measured in ATM, that is your atmosphere unit. The pressure of air in atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. The pressure of air in the atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. See children, here I have taken a cylinder and a piston. A cylinder and a piston I took. So here the particles of the air. Here the particles of the air. I inserted the piston inside the cylinder. So what happens? All the particles are getting close to each other. As I am applying the pressure, the particles are coming close to each other. As they are close to each other, the force of attraction increases. So we say that by applying pressure, particles of matter can be brought close together. So this is the effect of change of pressure. Understood, students? Now we come to another term called evaporation. What is this evaporation? The process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor state at any temperature below its boiling point. At any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Evaporations. The particles of the liquid have different kinetic energy, different amount of kinetic energy, students. Okay. Now here, what is given? The process of conversion of a liquid into vapor state at any temperature below its boiling point is known as evaporation. When you dry the clothes, your maid or anyone else, we dry our clothes. While drying, the clothes are a bit wet. But after some time the clothes will completely dried up. The water gets separated. That is called evaporation. Due to evaporation process, the surface of the water, the sea, the sun, heat falls on the surface of the sea. The particles get heated up and slowly they start evaporating. So the process of what is happening here, conversion of a liquid into what? Into vapor state. Below its boiling point, we call it as evaporation. So what are the factors which affect evaporation, students? The point number 1 is surface area. Point number 2 is temperature. Third one is humidity. And the fourth one is wind speed. So these are the factors which are affecting the evaporation. So we can go in detail. Surface area. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Larger the surface, more the evaporation, students. Smaller the surface, less evaporation. Clear? That's why it is known as a surface phenomena. Now point number 2. For example sake, surface area. If you are drying the clothes, what do? You spread the entire clothes, you spread it and you hang it onto the rope. You don't fold it and dry it. You spread the entire clothes on the rope and you hang it, so that the clothes will completely dry down after some time. The best example, the surface area. Point number 2, temperature. The rate of evaporation of liquid increases with the rise in the temperature. If temperature increases, the evaporation increases. Temperature increases, the evaporation increases. With the increase in the temperature, more number of the particles gets enough kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. That's why we have seen the dry clothes. Only one example we can elaborate this chapter. The chapter means this topic. In summer season also we wash our clothes, in winter season as well as in rainy season too, dear students. Will it take the same time to dry the particular clothes? These clothes definitely I have washed in summer as well as rainy and winter too. Will this shirt will take the same time to be completely dried up? No. In hot summer, it consumes less time comparable to winter and rainy seasons. Why? Because in summer, hot summer, the temperature is more. That's why we said temperature. The rate of evaporation of a liquid increases with the rise in temperature. And the humidity is the amount of the water vapor that is present in air. The amount of water vapor present in air, students. So the air which is around us cannot hold more definite of water vapor. It cannot hold more definite of water vapor at a particular given temperature. So that is the capacity levels. How much the capacity? I can eat 5 chapatis. If 6 or 7 chapatis are given, I cannot eat it. Clear? So humidity is the amount of the water vapor present in it. The last point, wind speed. The rate of evaporation of liquid increases with the wind speed. The rate of evaporation of liquid increases with wind speed. The clothes dry faster in the windy day. The same example. So these are the factors which are affecting the evaporation, students. So till now, students, we have studied about the states of matter, and you are very well aware of that there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Is that so? Did the scientists stop thinking? As we know, the scientists, they think beyond us. That's why they are standard scientists and we are still learners. You will be definitely one of the day will become what you dream about it. Students, all the best for that. Now, only we have 3 states of matter? No. There are more 2 states of matter, students. There are more 2 states of matter. Plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. BEC and plasma. What is this plasma? First we will come. Plasma. This state consists of super energetic and super excited particles. This state consists of super energetic and super excited particles. These particles are in the form of ionized gas. The 4th state is plasma. This state consists of super energetic and super excited particles. And how these particles are? These particles are in the form of ionized gas. What is this? How? Here you have seen neon signboards. They glow. What is present inside them? Neon gas. And you are very much aware about the fluorescent tube. Here in this fluorescent tube, helium gas is present. And another example of plasma, the sun and the other stars, they shine. The sun and the stars, they shine. Why do? Because they contain plasma in them. The sun and the stars glow because of the presence of plasma in them. Now the fifth state, please note, our Indian physicist in 1920, Mr. Satyendranath Bose, an Indian physicist, Satyendranath Bose in 1920, he had done some calculations for the fifth state of matter. As I told you, that the scientists, they think beyond. So our Indian scientists have also played a very important roles, and they have contributed a lot, students. So here Mr. Nath Bose, he has done some calculations for the fifth state of matter. So on his theory, on the calculations what he has done, Albert Einstein predicted a new state of matter. Albert Einstein predicted a new state of matter. What is that? It is called as the Bose-Einstein condensate, BEC. So these are the new two states of matter, students. Understood till here? Dear students, now we come to an end of the chapter Matter in Our Surroundings, class 9, CBSE. Hope you are understanding what we are teaching. Any doubts, anything, please use the comment section and drop your queries so that we can answer you. Please do subscribe our channel. Keep watching. Meet you soon with the next chapter. Thank you very much, students.